Hello and welcome back to the channel Hail Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell for any updates or new videos that may be coming your way soon. Coming up in this episode, the heads of the Rugby League World Cup talk about tickets not being sold. Will there be halfback changes for two clubs, including Hull FC? So does that mean that Tony Smith can bring Hull back to where they perceivably belong? So we start today with Hull FC, and head coach Tony Smith, who was just installed over a month ago, has been on the verge of making another star signing as he looks to rebuild Hull into what could be a playoff entering and winning side. Smith has already put one marker down with regards to his squad, as he's allowed star fullback Jake Connor leave the club, and exploring his options was a brave move, and there'll be pressure on them when they take the field to see if there's a clear plan in store, with the spine of Hull being assembled by Smith. That looks intriguing, with the likes of Brad Dwyer coming involved as a genuine threat from dummy half. This will also help Danny Houghton's minutes. But according to the reports, as one Jake closes, another one opens, as they say. There are reports that FC are on the verge of signing Newcastle Knights Jake Clifford. The halfback has been on the Black and White's radar for a while, but as reported by Hull Live on Friday, interest has stepped up after Connor's confirmed move to the Giants. The 24-year-old has played over 70 games in the NRL after starting his playing career at North Queensland Cowboys, and will be the last piece of the Black and White's new look spine, which includes Jake Truman, Texoy, and the aforementioned Dwyer. Hull's move for Clifford is only being facilitated by another transfer in the NRL, with West Tigers' Luke Brooks heading out of Western Sydney club to Newcastle Knights, allowing Clifford to link up with the Black and Whites in Super League next season. Following up from Hull Live's story on Clifford last Friday, Australian media outlets have reported overnight that both deals look likely, with Clifford becoming Hull's fifth signing off for the 2023 season. It has been understood that Hull have been eyeing up the player for a while, in fact long before Connor's exit was confirmed last week, and as far back as June, following Josh Reynolds' mid-season departure from the club. Clifford, who Hull see as a big fit in East Yorkshire, has previously played with fellow Australian Texoy at Newcastle, who signed a 2-year deal with the Black and Whites from next season. The dual will form an understanding from fullback to halfback positions from the off, with Jake Truman allowed to play in his natural position of standoff. Well, this is hopefully what Hull are looking for in a pivotal for playmaker position, with Texoy being very, very quick and still only 22, Jacob Truman 23, and Jake Clifford, who's 24, being led around at acting halfback by the explosive 29-year-old Brad Dwyer. It will have a few seasons to play and aim for the location that's behind them, Old Trafford, in the grand final. So with that, what does that mean with the Luke Brooks situation? Well, with Jake Clifford seemingly off to Hull, they're looking for that halfback, and Newcastle could be set finally to land price target Luke Brooks, despite the halfback having another year left to run on his West Tigers contract. The Knights were chasing Brooks before the 2022 season after the departure of Mitchell Pearce to Super League, and a deal for Brooks failed to eventuate. However, the veteran journalist Phil Rothfield believes a deal is likely to be struck in time for the start of next season, he could partner Kalen Ponga in the halves, with the superstar fullback likely to switch to 5'8". Rothfield said, "I think he's going. I know Brooks, has got a year to go on his contract, and I know it's worth $900,000, but the Newcastle Knights are absolutely desperate to sign him, and they're throwing everything at him. The reason being, Kalen Ponga will be playing 5'8" for the Knights next year, but he can't do it on his own. They need to do something about their spine. They don't have a halfback, and they're trying to work out a deal with West Tigers that suits all parties. I think it'll happen. Tim Sheens is in the UK at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that Luke Brooks will be heading to Newcastle. It all seems to be down to finances and how the clubs are going to decide what percentage of Brooks' salary is going to be paid by which club. Some reports are saying that Newcastle are offering $900,000 while West Tigers still pay $200,000, which is a bump in salary. And that is what interests him to go into Newcastle. As well as really not having a team that has performed well over the last year with where he's at the moment. It's a happy thing to do, but he's got to do best for his rugby league career. He wants to play international, he wants to play Origin. Still got a bit of time to go in his career. Rothfield also suggested that Tigers will be willing to let Brooks go because they have Jackson Hastings as an option to partner Adam Dewey in the halves. He went on to say, Jackson Hastings is a specialist at halfback, and that's where he's played in England and where he's played strong. I know he's got a lot bigger now, and he's played a lot forward towards the end of the year, but he is a specialist halfback, Rothfield said. He could train the off-season to play specialist halfback. You have Dewey at 5'8" too. I don't think they've got too many problems in that area. The bottom line is West Tigers have been a club down at the bottom of the ladder and need to get the most supreme value out of their salary cap. If you're going to pay someone $900,000 a season, you need a player to be turning up every week. You need him to perform every week, and you need him to be leading the club. It hasn't worked with Brooks over a long period of time at West Tigers, so I'm not surprised at all they're offering him a release to Newcastle. So it's the Rugby League World Cup fallout the day after, as we normally do, and again, all about tickets, as rugby league officials have moved to clarify the confusion of a ticketing situation at Tonga's clash with Papua New Guinea in St Helens on Tuesday. Supporters noticed that a block of seats where the tickets were priced at £25 and listed as not available to purchase on competition's ticketing portal was strangely empty when the game kicked off. This led to some wondering what had happened, with fans concerned over whether they are being pushed into paying higher banded tickets for seating. However, the competition has clarified the matter within 12 hours of the issue being raised. They say that the block in question, situated in the corner of the Totally Wicked Stadium, the opposite end from where we can see at the moment, was originally earmarked for a television broadcast and as such had to be put down as unavailable to purchase for supporters. That broadcast ultimately did not materialise, and the World Cup did not put the block up back on sale. They have offered an apology and promised supporters who believe they have been impacted by a full and swift resolution by getting in touch with the competition personally. When asked on social media, asked the question of the RLWC tonight about the 25 ticketing situation, with blocks reportedly as not available on the ticketing portal and then practically empty at the game itself. They said they're looking into it and investigating, according to Aaron Bauer. John Dutton, you see here on the left, has never been shying away from any comments about the Rugby League World Cup, and he's open to speaking to rational people. As a response to this, he said, "Hi Aaron, the block in the corner was reserved for a TV platform. This was subsequently not used and should be put back on sale. Anyone could not buy a ticket in this area on the day and had to buy a more expensive category. Contacts at Rugby League World Cup 2021 and we'll correct our mistake." Another Twitter user at Mark Len, then all those numbers, made a precise observation. "Hi John, Saints don't need to do this when the matches are on Sky or BBC. They have a permanent broadcast facility platform which doesn't impede capacity. So I don't understand your response to Aaron." Mr. Dutton did also respond to this as well. "Hi Mark, different production partners and broadcasters to Super League games. They told us what they wanted. We told it off sale, or took it off sale. They changed their mind and we didn't put it back on. Our mistake, which we are rectifying." So you can't say that about any of the Rugby League World Cup organisers. If they're available to contact online and they are reasonable questions to ask, they are definitely going to respond to you because they want to be open and honest about the entire situation. They admitted it was their fault. I know there's a couple of things that are going on, but every tournament has its mistakes. But to own up about them should give them credibility over this incident. Hopefully they'll continue to be as open as possible, and more people will see that and become not just understanding but appreciative that someone takes the time out of their day to respond to fans. They're the organisers. When have you ever heard an organiser go anything but put it in an email and send it to our complaints department? He's answering on social media. I give him top marks for that. Good man. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way in the near future. Tell me what your thoughts are on the episode in the comment section below. Our whole up for the challenge with Tony Smith and the new signings that are coming in. Will Jake Clifford make a difference? You think Luke Brooks moved to Newcastle is a goer, and you think he'll be better at a club with the likes of Caleb Bonnier there? Or do you think that his time in West Tigers has proven where he's at as a player? What will West do as a replacement? Just don't know. And do you agree with me about John Dutton and the Rugby League World Cup panel, that they are very open when asked questions? Anyway, just remember the comment section is to be respected. Be respectful for everyone there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I wish you all the best. So please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.